Hey, welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all of the polishes that I wore in March. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know you like seeing what polishes I wore for fun each month, and if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do. I upload new videos every week sharing new polishes and old polishes too. So if my voice sounds a little bit off, I have been having the worst allergies the past couple weeks. I'm kind of on the road to recovery, I think, but I don't know, new trees start blooming and then it comes back. So when I'm filming this, it's actually March 28th, so there are still a few days left. I don't think I'm going to be wearing any new things for fun. I've got quite a bit of swatching to do, so I thought I would go ahead and film this. So altogether, I wore 19 different polishes this month, which is a giant number. One of them was a Skittle manicure, so that was several polishes involved in that. And then I also wore a topper or two this month, which also added to that number. So I actually don't have any pedicures to share because I did my pedicure on the last day of the month last month. And then today I'm gonna go get a pedicure. I really need one. So we're gonna skip over that part. So if this is your first time checking out one of my What I Wore videos, the way I lay it out is I share with you at the beginning polishes that I kind of liked, manicures that turned out okay. Then I share manicures that I didn't like so much. And then I share manicures that I absolutely loved at the end. I'm gonna go ahead and warn you, I had a lot of fabulous manicures this month. It was a wonderful month for nail polish. This first one is from Night Owl Lacquer. It's called It Would Take a Miracle, and it is a very light gray base with a rainbow of multi-chrome flakes. This on the nail and in the bottle is gorgeous. I can't wait to wear this one again. It's only in this kind of middle category because I kind of wasn't in the mood for this polish when I wore it. I did wear it for just about a day, and I do wish I could have kept it on longer because I think, you know, as the days went on, I would have fallen in love with it. But yeah, beautiful polish. Night Owl Lacquer, It Would Take a Miracle. Another manicure I wore pretty recently is from Polished for Days. It's called Unicorn. So this polish I wasn't really looking forward to wearing. I don't know why. It's something about, first of all, I guess I should describe it. It's like a very light pastel purple base with shimmer that shifts pink to gold to green and flakes that shift pink to gold to green, and it's got hollow flakes. So in the bottle it just has a lot going on, and sometimes that can be a little bit off-putting to me. But once I had this on my nails, I was like, ooh, okay, I like this way more than I thought I would. I saw it on my nail wheel because I am, you know, working my way through my spring rack. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up in the cards. But every time I saw it on my spring rack or I saw it on the nail wheel, I was like, ooh, what's that? And then I realized it was Polished for Days Unicorn. So I did really like this one. It just wasn't quite like in love with, but it was gorgeous. So that's Polished for Days Unicorn. Another one that I liked okay came from Wildflower Lacquer. It's called Holiday Spirits, and it is a really beautiful, soft, sweet pink base with shimmer that is super intense. It shifts blue, maybe purple to green. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting the pow pow from the shimmer in this bottle. When I put it on, I was wanting a sweet, soft pink. It almost didn't even look pink. Depending on the lighting, it kind of just, the shimmer just took over and it looked green or blue. And it threw me because I just wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a pink polish with a little bit of shimmer, but I should have known better because Wildflower Lacquer never does a little bit of shimmer. So I did like this polish enough to keep it for sure. I just wasn't ready, but next time I wear it, I'll be ready. So that's Wildflower Lacquer Holiday Spirits. The next polish is one that I've been eyeing for a really long time. It was an untried. It comes from Stella Chroma, and it's called After All This Time. It's got a mid-toned green holographic base and is filled with multi-chrome flakes that shift blue to green to purple to gold to orange to yellow. Maybe red. I don't know. But this polish I'd been eyeing for so long because I bought it over a year ago and I just hadn't tried it yet. And so I was like, I have to try it this winter. So I wore it the week of St. Patrick's Day. I actually wore a ton of green this month. But anyway, this polish I did really like. It was a lot going on and I think I was in the mood for something a little bit more subdued. So it kind of was a lot going on my nails. I think I enjoyed it. I just, again, wasn't ready. I felt that way a lot. I was looking for something subtle most of the month, and then like the polishes were not subtle, and I just wasn't prepared. So that is Stella Chroma's After All This Time. Also, I think I got a little bit jaded, pun intended, with this polish, because do you all ever wear nail polish and then you break a nail with the polish on, and then now this polish is a nail break polish? You know what I mean? That happened to me with this polish, and it's not its fault. It's my fault, but it is what it is. Another green I wore this month is an older Coloristic Carol, also an untried. This one's called Under the Tree. I believe it came out a few years ago in an Advent calendar, Coloristic Carol, Christmassy Advent calendar. That would explain the name. I got it in a D stash with a bunch of other polishes from this calendar, and I liked this one. It was a really fun, exciting shade of green. This isn't the kind of green I would wear around the holidays, but for me it was perfect for St. Patrick's Day. You know, now I'm thinking maybe I should move this to my loves category. We're gonna keep it here though. But it was borderline love. The shimmer was beautiful. The color was bright, but not so bright that, you know, it was like summer appropriate. This polish was perfect for St. Patty's. Another green I wore, I told you there are a lot of greens, comes from Picture Polish. It's called Selena, and it is a dusty, like kind of muted apple green. This one I purchased because it was in collaboration with a friend of mine, Brenda by Clover, helped create this polish, and it's named after her daughter. When I bought it last year, I had something serious against greens. I did not want them. I did not want to wear them. I probably wouldn't have purchased, I definitely wouldn't have purchased this polish had it not been in collaboration with Brenda, but I'm so glad I did, because once I got this in the sunlight, whew, oh my gosh, it was stunning. The hollow in here is gorgeous. It was super twinkly and a really fun take on a green, a really unique kind of shade that honestly I think works year round. It's kind of fresh enough for spring, but it's kind of like yellowy enough for fall, kind of grinchy. You know, this polish you could wear at any time. So that is Picture Polish Selena. And the last mani that I wore that was just kind of okay was a combo. I wore Sally Hansen Miracle Gel Leaf Me Be and topped it with Dizzy Lizzy Lacquer Truth. So I put this on my rack for winter, and I've been craving wearing it. It's just a really dusty, ugly, grayed out green. Not something I would typically go for, but I just was in the mood for it. But it is just a cream, and I wanted to spice it up, so I did add this black and white glitter topper from Dizzy Lizzy Lacquer. This, by the way, is still available, I do believe. If it is, I'll link it below. But now under Pinnacle Polish, which is Dizzy Lizzy Lacquer's rebranding. So I wore this combo. It's a very un-Rachel-like combo in my opinion, because it's just kind of grungy, and like, I just like stuff that's pretty. But I wore it on a day where I needed some extra strength. I needed to feel tough because it was going to be a day that I knew was going to be hard for me, and so I wanted to wear something that made me feel like grungy and tough, things that I'm not. And this did the trick. I actually ended up adding a matte top coat and loved it even more that way. It was a really fun mani, and that brought out the glitter. So love this combo. I'm probably going to do it again, but didn't love it as much as the polishes I'm about to show you. That's why it's in this middle category. And I can say that for most of these polishes, I liked them a whole lot, but just the ones I love this month were like next level. These don't belong in that category. I can't put them next to those that I was obsessed with. So they're kind of here in the middle, but still gorgeous. So Sally Hansen, Leaf Me Be, Dizzy Lizzy Lacquer, Truth. And then there were two polishes that just fell a little bit short. Honestly, I did not strongly dislike either of these polishes. I'm going to keep them and wear them again. The mani didn't work for me. It wasn't my favorite thing on. We'll talk about it. So the first one comes from OPI. This is in their Infinite Shine line. It is Mural on the Wall. And I actually got this in a mystery D stash on Facebook with the Sally Hansen shade. It was a bunch of mystery polishes, like 30 or 40 mystery mainstream polishes for 20 bucks shipped. Yeah, so I got that, and I've been working my way through those mainstreams. This one's never one I would have purchased for myself. It's kind of got a corally base and gold glass flecks. It's very squishy, very jelly, did not build up to full opacity, and I think if it had, I would have been crazy for it. I don't usually gravitate towards corals because I just feel like they don't look good on me, but this one I did really like the shade, and I think I'm gonna wear it again, but I might even build it up to 4 coats so that I get that full opacity. So that is OPI Mural on the Wall. And the second polish I just was not obsessed with comes from Bee's Knees Lacquer, and it's called Solidarity. This is a really beautiful bright lavender base with red to green, blue to green, I think. Sibling Unicorn Pigment UP. I'm not crazy about UP polishes anyway, and this one was kind of sheer, as UP polishes tend to be. I was just very drawn in by the base color, but because it was sheer, I paired it with a blurring base coat, Polished for Days Snow, and it was my first time using Polished for Days Snow. I didn't apply it in thin coats enough where the end result didn't look patchy. It looked pretty patchy, and as time went on, it seemed like it got patchier and patchier, and I didn't love it. I don't dislike it enough to get rid of it. I'm gonna keep it and try it again without that base coat or using the base coat the right way, but it just didn't work for me this month. So that's Polished for Days. That's Bee's Knees Lacquer Solidarity. And then there were 6 manis that I wore this month that I was just over the moon with. They were so gorgeous. We'll start off with the manicure that I wore on St. Patrick's Day this month. I actually wore it for a couple days. So the first day, it was just these 2 polishes, 4-leaf Clover from China Glaze and Different Dimension Gold Rush as a topper. This was my first time wearing 4-leaf Clover. I've worn Gold Rush a lot of times. I've got a pretty noticeable fill line at this point for this topper. It's beautiful. If you're looking for a gold flaky topper, I highly recommend it. But I hadn't worn 4-leaf Clover, and what better time to wear it than St. Patrick's Day. So I wore this the day before St. Patrick's Day on all of my nails, topped with this. I do feel like it changed colors after I added my top coat, and a friend of mine wore this, Carolina Gotta Love Polish, and she said the same thing. Hers kind of turned less blue, which it's like a blue leaning green, less blue and more of like a primary green with a top coat. Don't know if it was the top coat or if that's just something this polish does, but it was weird, but it was still really beautiful. I maybe liked the color it changed to more than the color that it was in the bottle, so that's fine, I don't care. But then I wanted to spice it up for the actual St. Patrick's Day, so I removed the polish off of a few nails and added a few more polishes. I added Different Dimension. Ooh, what is the name of this polish? It just says St. Patrick's Day 1 because it hadn't been named yet when I got this in PR. Something about a leprechaun. I'll try to put it down here. But it's a white glitter crowley with gold and green. And then What's Up Nails Sun. And it is a gold that has a green to blue shift. So I thought they would work really beautifully together. They did. Obsessed with this manicure. I might wear it next year too. Another green I was just completely in love with. Y'all, I've never worn so many greens in my life. Comes from Polish, and it's called Crystal Ice Caves. This one had been sitting on my seasonal rack all winter long, but I'd been saving it for March, and I'm so glad I did. It was worth the wait. It's gorgeous. It is, I mean, words can't even describe it. That's how much I love this polish, but it's like a really pretty blue leaning green base with iridescent flakes, hollow flakes, and maybe shifting shimmer too. This was my first time wearing this polish. I think I got it in Rewind last year, and I'm in love. I loved this one. I think I even posted a reel of it on Instagram. The day I wore it was sunny, so you could see all the shifts, you could see all the hollow. This one was a winner. Polish Crystal Ice Caves. I love it. 4 more. This one was kind of unexpected. This month I did grab a lot of just random things for my collection because I was just over my winter rack for the most part and not ready for my spring rack quite yet. So I just went through my collection and tried to find anything green, but I had to take a break from my greens and I wanted to wear something peachy, something coral, I think since Mural on the Wall didn't work out, I wanted to try again with a corally shade. And this one, was perfect. I'd worn it before, so I knew I would love it. It comes from Coloristic Carol. It's called Swim and Dive, and it is a bright, like probably almost neon corally base with holographic flakes, and they're like those little moon-shaped flakes. Oh my gosh, this was way too bright to wear this time of year if you're a seasonal polish wearer. I thought it was going to be a little bit more muted in the bottle, but I got it on my nails and I was like, okay, this is like a neon. But it was beautiful. It was so bright, super squishy, gorgeous formula. I'm obsessed with this whole trio. It was like a trio of pinks with the same squishy jelly base and those holographic moons. I love it. Love it. Coloristic Carol Swim and Dive. One that I wore for 4 days, 4 going on 5 days, which is crazy. I never wear anything from that for that long. Comes from Swamp Gloss, and it is called Whiskey. It is a thermal that they released last year, and I got to swatch for them in PR. It has a purple base. It looks a little light on camera here, but it's kind of in its middle state. It gets a little bit darker than what you're seeing here. And then it transitions to a white base, or maybe clear. I think white. White base. It's got iridescent flakes. It has white hex glitters, and it has white micro glitters. I wore this for 4 or 5 days because I was in love with it. Just seeing it switch from that purple to white. I don't wear thermals that often, but maybe I should. Was so fun, and the weather's just been up and down all weekend, and so I got that transition everywhere I went. The flakes were gorgeous. I don't know if I love them more in the cold state or the warm state or the in-between state. This one's a winner. I need to wear more of my Swamp Gloss Crellies. They make some of my favorite. So that was Swamp Gloss Whiskey. And the last two are actually both from Nailed It. I have been loving my Nailed It polishes this month. The first one's called Haywa, and this released in PPU for the traveling last year. So about a year ago, because that I think was February last year. Might have been March. And it is a vibrant blue base with flakes like nothing else. Like, look at all those flakes. Crazy. And they flash green to gold to pink to other colors too. When you got this polish into lower lighting and you saw them shift, there were no words. I ran out of words again. My manicures were amazing this month, but this one was such a standout. I would wear it again tomorrow. I loved it that much. So gorgeous. So that is Nailed It Haywa. And then the final polish I have to share with you today also came from Nailed It. I purchased it last year. It's called The Giving Tree. This was part of their book club collection, and it is a really soft pastel green with shimmer that shifts gold to green to copper. I actually wore this because my friend, well, it was already on my spring rack, but my friend Carolina, gotta love polish, had this on her nails, and she sent me a video, and I was like, okay, so I'm wearing that. It looked beautiful on her. It looked beautiful on me too, and she actually left it on the next day, so we got to twin, and we posted pictures on Instagram. It was so fun. But yeah, Nailed It never steers me wrong. I have never worn a Nailed It polish I haven't just been completely in love with. Whether it's shimmer, hollow, flakies, they're always gorgeous. I need to get more. I'm looking at like 6 untrieds I have from them on my rack over there, so I really don't need to get more, but I'm probably going to get more. But anyway, that's Nailed It, The Giving Tree. So those are all the polishes that I wore this March. Let me know down in the comments your favorite manis. What did you wear for St. Patrick's Day? Did you wear lots of green too? Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!